Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, my good people? What's going on, everybody? It is me, your boy Jarell, better known as Life Coach Jarell, and welcome to another episode of Evolving with Life Coach Jarell. Depending on where you are, it is Sunday, and I believe today's date is February the 23rd, and it is 6:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's a very beautiful day outside. The sun is kind of getting ready to set because we know daylight saving times, if I'm not mistaken, is like week after next, or like maybe within the next 2 weeks. So we know we're gonna start getting our sunlight back. But the sun is setting. I am sitting here just relaxing. I've been listening to some lo-fi music, and if you guys don't know, on Sundays I do self-care Sunday. If you guys actually followed Flowing with Life Coach Jarrell, you guys know I take my self care Sunday really, really, really personal. I take it serious. So today I've just been listening to music, watching some of my favorite vloggers, watching some TV shows, listening to a little music, and just taking care of self. So I definitely want to encourage everyone out there that no matter what time of day it is or what day of the week it is, make sure that if you can, that you find at least one day or a couple of days to just simply take care of self and do something nice and beautiful for you. Um, so yeah, I am sitting here. I am enjoying a really, really nice glass of Chardonnay, courteous of Julian for leaving it over at my house and telling me that I could have it. So, friend, I am partaking you or taking you up on your offer and enjoying a very nice glass of this Le Chateau, not Chateau Chiray, but this Le Chateau Chardonnay. If all my wine drinkers out there, like, what's you all's favorite wine? Me personally, I'm a red blend type of guy. I love or any type of red. If I have another one, it's gonna be any type of red blend. But if I have like a second, um, I love a good Merlot. I do love a good Merlot or Pinot Noir. Actually, I'll put Pinot Noir over Merlot and then Merlot. Cabs are like a little, it just depends. But I do love a good glass of wine. So yeah, that's that. But I know that there's a lot of things that have been going on in the world. And I definitely want to thank you guys so much for the love and the support of the podcast over the last couple of episodes. And I'm paying attention to the views. I am seeing that you all are listening. You guys are giving that support. And for that, I truly, truly, truly thank you guys so much. So tonight, I just kind of wanted to talk about something. And for me, I kind of maybe experienced or have been experiencing some things like over like the last couple of weeks or whatever, and then even on yesterday. And it's in pertaining to like friendships and my social battery, right? And so you all may be able to connect with this. And remember, anytime I do a podcast episode, it's not only for me to release, but it's also for people out there that may need a release or something that I may say or may be going through. It may connect with you as well. But this weekend I found myself getting ready to explain myself and my reasoning and my choice for a choice and a decision that I made for myself to someone. So if that threw you for a loop, someone was asking me, was I going to be able to attend something? And I was like, no, I'm not going to be able to attend because I'll be out of the country for my birthday trip. And the person was like, well, I thought that you told me it was this day. And I kind of feel like you kind of did that on purpose in a sense to not come to my event or something. And I was like, Um, no, like that's not the type of person that I am. And long story short, I turn 40 next month on March 30th. and I planned a trip. I actually have paid for a trip to celebrate my 40th birthday as a gift to myself in Bali. It's what I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to visit Bali since watching the movie Eat, Pray, Love. And I have a really close friend that's graduating on one of the days that I will actually be in Bali. And so they were under the impression that I told them that I was going in 1 month. And I was like, well, no, there's no way I would have told you that I was going in that month because that month wasn't even available on the calendar with my travel agent to attend. So I'm not sure where you got that from. And so, the friend reached out to me and was like, well, hey, I just want to know, like, is this something that you had planned, or it just kind of seems like you're wanting to end the friendship? And I'm a little bit confused because I'm like, okay, where did this come from? How are you trying to connect and pin these two together? And what is it that you really want to ask, right? So in that moment, I found myself getting ready to go through my emails to find dates when I secured the date of the trip, doing screenshots to show when I made my first payment, going to find the documentation to show that there were no times available or months available in the month of April for this trip to prove myself right. And before I knew it, I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I was like Sheree when she went to King's Housewoman. Hold on, hold the F on. I was like, wait a minute, Jarell, what are you doing? What, like, come on, like, what are you doing? Why are you going through all of this? Why are you doing everything that you can to prove yourself to be right? And what I had to do was I said, well, you know what? Let's go back to childhood. Because whether we want to agree or admit it or not, a lot of the things and a lot of things that we go through, a lot of ways that we are, a lot of choices and decisions that we make, the way that we move, expectations, things that we think, say, and believe, a lot of those things go back to our childhood. And I grew up in a home where we had to prove ourselves. We had to prove things. We had to have supporting evidence. We had to have supporting facts, as well as a lot of the jobs and positions that I've had in my life, which have not been many because I don't job hop. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I've always been in leadership positions and roles where if I was taking a stance on something or wanting to implement something or having to terminate someone or having to discipline someone or coach or teach or do something, I've had to have evidence to prove my reasoning for my why, right? Like, okay, you want to do this, but what is your why? And my why would always be supported by some form of evidence. So let's just say it's a learned behavior, right? It's a learned behavior. So I found myself getting ready to present all of this evidence like an attorney on an episode of Law and Order. And I stopped myself and I was like, you're about to be 40. What in the entire hippopotamus hell are you doing? Your word is your word. Your choice is your choice. Simple as that. And if people don't know you by the many times that you have shown up for them, you have supported them, you've stood in a gap, you've made a way out of no way, you've put yourself on the back burner to make sure that they've had. If people can easily throw those things out the window and get upset at one moment when you choose you definitely don't need to be explaining yourself to anybody. And then, hey, you know how some people be like, oh, if you ain't paying my bills, no, it's not even that. It's just the simple fact that what have I done to make you not trust me, right? When have I ever lied to you? When have I ever not shown up for you? And that brings me to today's topic. Just wanted to give you guys a little backstory because I feel like that's my situation, but I feel like as we get a little bit later or go a little bit further in this podcast, this may be able to connect with some people. But I feel like people really have to understand, as us as well, that we have to be respectful of one's social battery. I'm going to say that one more again for my people out there. We have to learn how to be respectful of one's social battery. And people also have to learn how to be respectful of our social battery. I'm going to speak from a place of just me, right? For anyone that's listening to this podcast or anyone that knows me personally, and I had this conversation with my good friend Tania, who was on the last two episodes of this podcast. Shout out T. One thing about me, you can say a lot of things about me. Honestly, I'm going to take that back. You can't. You really can't say a lot of things about me. You can say Jarell is funny, Jarell is nice, Jarell is kind, Jarell opens up his home to people. Jarell is pure. Jarell is down to earth. Jarell is real. You cannot say Jarell is a liar. You cannot say Jarell is a thief. You cannot say Jarell is lazy. Jarell is shisty. Jarell is mean. Jarell is deceitful. Jarell is messy. Like, you cannot say those things about me because that and those things are not who I am. So, all in all, you cannot say that I am a bad friend. There may be a lot of you all that are out there in podcast land that may be looking around and saying, you know what? I can say the same thing. I am not a bad friend. One thing about me, being nice and kind to people literally comes natural to me. I've never woke up in the morning and said, I want to intentionally be mean, nasty, mean, hateful, messy, and crappy to someone. I've never woke up or even been in the middle of the day or at the end of the day and said, you know what? I just want to start telling a bunch of lies to get a bunch of stuff started and go disrupt someone's home, marriage, life, finances, credit, their heart, their peace of mind, and just be a crappy person. I've never been that type of person because I wasn't raised that way, you know? And so for me, I look at a lot of times where even when my social battery is drained and it's empty, I still find time to be open, present, and available for people. And I've done it for years. And I can say that that is a learned behavior and bad behavior on my end because I was never taught how important it was to say, I would love to come, but at the moment, I just don't have the energy or I don't have the space. I was never taught to say, I know that you want to talk to me about something that's important and it's heavy on your heart, but right now I don't have the mental capacity or the energetic capacity to deal with that today. Could we table this for another day? I've never been taught to say, hey, I know it's your birthday event and you really want me to be there, but honestly, I am so drained this week and I can't make it. Can I get with you maybe on another day and I can do something for you, but today I just can't. I was never taught that. Why? Because I was raised and grew up in an environment where you never want people to be mad at you. You never want people to have anything to say about you. You never want people to be able to have something that they can hold against you to later in life eventually use against you to basically give you payback. So my whole entire life, I've been saying yes in moments and times where I wanted to say no. I've also been a person where I've rearranged my schedule and made accommodations for things that I've really wanted to do to appease and be available for other people. I've put my own afternoons and evenings on rest or on the back burner when I could have been chilling and enjoying myself to be or to hold space for people and conversations. And I can say now at the age of 39 and a half, I don't have the energy, the space, or the capacity for a lot of things and a lot of people, and especially a lot of situations. I just don't have it. And that translates to me as I'm not a bad person. I'm not a horrible person. But the older that I get, I'm realizing that a lot of things and a lot of the stuff that people go through or that they are experiencing it experiencing, some of that stuff is self inflicting. A lot of that stuff is learned behaviors. A lot of that stuff is just people wanting to vent to people instead of actually venting and coming clean and having those important conversations with the people that they really need to be having those conversations with. I've been learning that I am a different type of friend in friendships. What I mean by that is that when I am a friend to you, I am a friend to you. What that looks like is if you was to call and say, friend, I'm on the side of the road and I'm stranded, my first thing is, are you okay? Where are you located? Do you have triple A? Do you need me to come pick you up? What's going on? I'm instantly in the mode of how can I assist? If you are saying, friend, I have just had a horrible week, I'm low in spirit, I just don't know how to move forward, I'm instantly going to say, hey, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry that that's going on with you. How do you feel about meeting face to face so that maybe we can just sit down and just chit chat and talk? And if you say, I'm open, I'm instantly going to open up my home to you. I'm instantly going to say, hey, swing by the store and grab a bottle of wine or something. And I'm going to personally cook dinner because I am one person that believes that for me, cooking is something that I love. So when I am able to cook from love and a place of concern, you can feel that good soul food. And that's why it's called soul food because it feeds the soul. And I can give you an experience where you can be 100% open and vulnerable. And I can listen and I can listen to understand versus listening to respond. And I can hold space for you. I can put your deepest secrets, your deepest regrets, your anger, your passion. I can hold it and put it in a vault where no one would ever hear about it. I am someone who creates a safe space. And I really feel like a lot of y'all listening out there, y'all are those type of people as well. But you know what really irks me? You know what really like pisses me off? It really makes me upset and mad when people, for me, really show me through their actions that I am so disposable. I feel like somebody just took their phone and threw it across the room, or somebody just yelled, bitch. Yeah. That really grinds my gears because I'm like, out of all of the crazy stuff that we see in the world every day, out of all the things we see on social media, all of the killing, all of the crime, why would you not want to hold on to someone in your life that is genuine, that is kind, that is loving, that is considerate, that is dependable? Like, why would you want to let that person and that go? Like, what is that about? Right? I am this type of person. I believe that everybody is not meant to be your friend, but we can always have friendly engagements and interactions. A lot of people in the world, including myself, have gotten friendly interactions confused with thinking that people are actually my friends. Friendly conversations and thinking that people truly, genuinely understand me and they are my friends. Friendly moments and friendly bonding moments and energy leading to me thinking that, okay, this person is my friend or we could possibly build a friendship. I'm just speaking from a vulnerable spot and speaking from a place that maybe some of you guys out there can vibe with. This is what I've learned. When I am interacting with people in group settings, and this could be new group settings or maybe old group settings, there will always be one or two people in that group setting that I am automatically going to naturally, energetically, and biologically click with. I just created a word. It was kind of sick, man. Yeah, there's always going to be one or two people that I'm just going to click with, that's going to speak my language, that's going to energize, that's going to vibe my vibe. And we just going to click. And what happens is those people or that person, now we exchange social media and we work to form a friendship and we hang out like maybe here and there, or we have our moments where it's just here and there, and that's okay. But then it will always end up being the other people in groups, and this is how it has been my entire life. Other people in groups are like, oh, well, I saw you and so and so hanging out, or oh, I saw y'all, da 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 da, y'all must be cool, or da 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 da. I'm just saying, you don't be hanging out with nobody else. And I'm like, well, we have to acknowledge and respect energy because energy does not lie. And rather than you feeling away or being upset or being jealous about me and someone in a group setting hanging out one on one and having other time, I challenge you to ask yourself, what are you really upset about? And if that thing that you're upset about is that you also want to have one on one time with me and get to know me and experience my energy, then I need for you to say, well, hey, how do you feel about getting together and hanging out one on one? Maybe going for lunch menu and just catching up so that I can get to know you. Like, people are so afraid to be vulnerable and open and honest and say what they want and what they need out of friendships, relationship, and everything else. And those are things that drain the hell out of my social battery. Like, why are you expecting for me to read your mind, to know what you're thinking, to think what you want, and to always jump in the fight to be the one that's like, okay, let me provide, let me show up, let me ask, let me host, let me invite, let me consider, like, hey, hey, I work a job just like you. I have everyday opportunities, concerns, and issues just like you. I have family members and their stuff just like you. I also have other friends and their stuff just like you. Lord forbid I'm dating or in a relationship with somebody. I also have those issues and problems within myself. I am also battling with my own personal thoughts, emotions, and feelings. So, why is it that you expect for me, or why is it that people expect for you all out there listening to do all the work in friendships? Like, it grinds my gears how people can always point out where I feel like you don't never. But then when you ask them, okay, well, what about you? And it's like they have every excuse in the world. And those things drain my social battery. And I know they drain y'all social battery. Let me tell you where I am before I take the sip of wine. My God, today, that's some good Chardonnay. Let me tell you where I am tonight. Tonight, today, and moving forward. It's been 39 years old and a half. Where I am in my life right now is I just don't have. Let me take that back. I do have. I have all the time in the world to explain myself to friends, family members, lovers, or whatever, why I don't have time for certain things. I have the time to break things down. I have the time to give you a dissertation of why I don't feel like this relationship or this friendship or whatever the case may be is not working. I have all the time in the world to tell you why I feel that you have not served me right and you have not served me well, and your choice and your decision against me was wrong. I have the time. But let me be 100% clear. You're not getting it. In the words of New York on Flavor Love, when Larissa was like, I feel like when I came downstairs, you owed me an apology, and New York was like, you're not getting one. Y'all and whoever y'all is out there, take this how you want to take it. And I want people that are listening, y'all let people know this as well in your own time and in your journey and in your life, how you want to let them know. Baby, I got all the time in the world to explain to you why I feel the way I feel and why we don't talk no more and why we not cool or why I don't like the way you move. I have all the time in the world, but you're not getting it. I am no longer interested in doing PowerPoint presentations on why I have chosen to protect my peace. I say this all the time. Friends that don't talk anymore, or friends or lovers or whatever the case may be, where things there's a breakdown in communication, we all got the same text messages. We all got the same call log. We all got the same social media. Go back and pinpoint the conversations when the conversations and the interactions stopped. All the answers and the secrets are there. People will tell you when you started moving funny. People will tell you, hey, this is when you started tripping. This is when things went left, and it was because of this. The issue and the problem, and once again, of how people's social batteries get drained, is people acting dumb. People acting so dumb, like they don't know. Well, I didn't think that. I didn't know that. Well, you should have told me. No, 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 no. If we have a longevity in our friendship or in our relationship or even in our interactions, you know what's unacceptable. You know what I've shown to you, how I've shown up for you, how I made myself available to you, how I love you, how I go above and beyond to you. You know right from wrong. And the older that we get, we just want to spend our time on people, events, projects, and things that don't require a bunch of unnecessary work. I'm not a dentist, I'm not a surgeon, and I for damn sure don't work in construction. It should not feel like pulling teeth or bulldozing the Empire State Building to get you to communicate with me as a friend or a partner or a family member, a brother, a sister, an uncle, a mother, a cousin. It just does not take all of that. And we live in this culture and we've been in it for so long where we feel that if you want me, you need me, you desire me, and you value me, you will chase me. Look, I done probably been to the gym maybe 4 or 5 times this year. I'm not in a condition to chase nobody. And even if I was fitting in the gym, I'm still not going to chase and run after nobody. We hear this saying all the time that life is too short. I'm going to add to that. My patience is too short. If I got to sit down and break down and tell you why things went left, and at the end of me breaking down and telling you why things went left, your reply is, "You right. I can't even lie. You right. You telling the truth." So you mean to tell me I had to take this whole entire time to give you a dissertation and break it down, read your lab results, draw blood, talk to the doctor, and get you through physical therapy just for you to tell me at the end of this entire conversation that I was right and you knew all along that how you moved was wrong? That's insanity. And in this world that we live in, you should not be breaking down and explaining to people why you have chosen yourself. Protect your peace and protect your social battery. My social battery is for me. Just like people say, my cup runneth over, what's in the cup is for me, will run out is for me. Hey, my social battery, what I can do, what I'm able to do, a lot of that, 90% of it depends on me. But here's the thing. If we are practicing a friendship and a relationship where it's reciprocation and it's genuine and it's love and it's happiness and it's peace and it's not taken from one another, you will never drain my social battery, because guess what? Giving to you and showing up for you and being for you doesn't drain me at all, because it's something that I want to do. We have to understand that our social batteries become drained when we are going above and beyond for people that would not go above and beyond for us. I'm realizing that anytime I've always wanted to do something and I wanted to show up for people and I wanted to be available for people, it's never drained me or made me tired. Now, depending on how we done kicked it and how we done turned out and turned up, the next day I may be drained and tired, but guess what? I don't regret it. But I always regret and I always feel tired and drained when I am doing something for somebody, showing up for somebody, or allowing somebody to take something from me when I really just don't want to have the conversations or be involved. But I have nobody to blame for that but me. So moving forward in my life, I'm not explaining myself to nobody. I'm not explaining my choices and my decisions to nobody. And I'm also not going to play the game with you. I'm also not going to play the role with you. People in this world have a real issue and problem with you seeing them for who they are and paying it. If y'all don't know what paying it means, that is a gay term that we say in the community. When you look at somebody and they do something messy, they say something messy, they set you up, rather than you balling up your fist and knocking them upside their head and choking them and getting real active, you look at them and you say, you know what, I'm going to pay it. In the straight world of the state community, it's understood as saying, you know what, you show right. Or, you know what, you got it. So when I say now I am paying people, like, you know what, I'm going to pay it. And when I say I'm gonna pay it, that don't mean that secretly I hate you. That don't mean secretly that I can't stand you. That don't mean secretly that I'm waiting on my moment and my time to retaliate. It don't mean any of that. It just basically means that, hey, I see you for how you are. I see you how you move. I've connected the dots and I don't need you to connect them for me. And I am choosing to move accordingly. So when I see you, I will definitely see, hey, how you doing? It's good to see you. All right, good. And keep it moving. Now, you reach out to me and just be like, hey, it was good seeing you the other night. I just feel like we hadn't talked, or I just don't know what's going on with us. Like maybe we can sit down and we can talk. Here's the thing. If you're gonna send that invite, don't judge me or try to police what I say to you, what I present to you, and how I connect the dots and how I hold you accountable. There are so many people in this world right now, they don't want you to hold them accountable. They just want get out of what is it? Get out of jail free passes. Give me grace, give me grace, give me grace. No. Sometimes grace is not what you need. Accountability is what a lot of people need. There are times where people gave me grace, where guess what? There may have been times where I needed accountability. But what I'm learning now is there's a difference between grace and accountability. And when you get the two mixed up and you use them in the wrong places, you end up getting hurt. Now, I can give you and I can hold you accountable and give you grace within the same conversation. But if you do the same thing to me a second time, there's no more grace. And there's also no more accountability because guess what? I'm not going to let you drain my social battery and I'm not going to let you disrupt my peace. So, in closing, to my people that's out there, do whatever it is in this life moving forward to make sure that people cannot say that you are a bad friend. Do whatever you can and whatever it takes to keep people from saying that you were not there. Now that don't mean say yes to everything. That does not mean show up to every event. That does not mean put yourself on the back burner to take care of them. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is be genuine and authentic and real and passionate. And most of all, make sure that you are intentional with your choices and decisions with people. And do not be afraid to say no. Do not be able to say, hey, at this moment, not right now. Put yourself first. Stop explaining yourself to people. Stop pleading with people. Because half of the time when we sit here and explain ourselves to people and we break it down and we tell them why, they say, well, I get that, I understand that, but it still just made me feel that. They still go back to how they felt and being in their moment. And it's like you said all of that for nothing. Protect your social battery, man. Keep it charged. Don't let it get drained. and demand that people respect your social battery. But just as well as you demand that people respect yours, you make sure that you are also out there respecting others. So treat people the way you want to be treated. Talk to people the way that you want to be talked to. Consider people the way that you want to be considered. Give grace the way that you want to have grace given to you. And give accountability when you want people to give accountability to you. We're not doing one-sided friendships no more. We're not doing one-sided relationships no more. We're not doing one-sided communication tactics on friendships and families and everybody else. And even with these damn jobs and these companies, we're not doing it. Everybody has a duty and a responsibility to do their part. And in your life, if you are needing full-time friendships, full-time lovers, and full-time family members, it is okay to not accept applications or to terminate friendships, relationships, and everything else that is giving part-time energy. When jobs and companies are looking for full-time employers, guess what? They ain't looking for nobody that's part-time. They looking for exactly what they are needing to fulfill or to get the needs, the desires, and the wants that they want. And it's the same way in your life. Stop accepting part-time, half-ass, and the bare minimum where you need, desire, and operate your best in full-time situations, friendships, marriages, and everything else. That's all I got for y'all. So yeah, I told y'all this new podcast, Evolving with Life Coach Jarell. We're gonna evolve and we're gonna talk about some real stuff. We're gonna keep it a buck. We're gonna keep it 100. Because at this point in time, for a lot of people, life ain't getting no easier. But for a lot of us that are really doing the work, life is getting easier. It's getting less hard and less stressful. I don't regret any friendship that I have ever had in life. And I also don't regret any friendship where we no longer talk because I can 100% say that if we no longer talk, and me and Tania was just talking about this last week, if we no longer talk, we no longer have any interactions or we no longer have any dealings, I can 100% guarantee you that it ain't on me. It ain't on me. I'm at a place in my life where I'm not going to say, you know what? I'll just go ahead and take the blame and tell me what I can do to fix this because I don't want to lose. Them days over with. When I tell you my energy is 100%, you can stay where you at. And I hope God continues to bless you and that He gives you everything that you want and that you need. But guess what? You can't come back over here. You can't come back over here. And that ain't out of no hate. That ain't out of no malice. It just means that you left voluntarily, and I'm choosing to keep you where you at voluntarily. So once again, y'all be blessed. Y'all enjoy this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful self-care Sunday. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out.